Hi, and thank you for joining us today in this quick demo. I wanted to talk about our latest Watsonx.data Integration platform, which is a unified platform for all your integration needs. So whether you're talking about bulk and batch data using data stage, you're doing real-time integrations with stream sets, whether it's data replication that you're interested, whether you are also maybe interested in having unstructured data being integrated into your workflows. Watsonx.data Integration provides a unified platform with all those features in a modern architecture. So on today's demo, I'm gonna walk you through using some of the functionalities of Watsonx.data Integration, especially when it comes to our ETL and ELT capability in a modern architecture. So some of you may be familiar with data stage and which is what is powering this platform. Well, data stage has gone through some journey of modernization. Some of you may have seen it, how we can have it now on a container architecture. And so with Watsonx.data Integration being fully integrated now, data stage into that, you're going to be able to have all the latest features that we couldn't or we didn't have in a more legacy environment. So let me start here by showing you a project. So we're just gonna create a new go into my project and show you what I have. I have already some of work done, but we're gonna do it from scratch. So I have a data warehouse connection. It's a DB2 data warehouse ready to be used, and so I'm gonna start creating a new asset. I'm gonna say it's gonna transform and integrate, which is basically an ETL type of environment. ETL ELT. I'm gonna create a new flow, and we're gonna do it from scratch, which is basically what I wanna show you, right? The data's capabilities of having a modern web UI, container-based architecture, and some of the features that you will notice that we didn't have, right? So out of the box, we have all the connectors, but one of the good things of having these integrated platforms is that if I already have my data sources connected or orchestrated with my Watsonx.data Integration, I can just explore one of my existing connections, right? In this case, my data warehouse, DB2 data warehouse connection, and in there I'm gonna see all my databases, schemas, and such, right? So the use case, just to take you back a little bit back to what we're doing, right? We're trying to combine or get the information of why our employees are leaving our company. So this is an employee attrition type of project, and I have my employee data divided in two databases, right? So I'm gonna wanna merge those or join those into one data source and then produce a file that is gonna go into an analytics or a machine learning project, right? So the first one that I'm gonna be using is this employee summary, which now in this new data stage, for those familiar with the previous version, right, we couldn't have here out of the box, right, of this in this step, a quick view of the data, right? I just want to see, hey, is this my real data? Is this what I'm really looking to integrate? So it looked like it is. I can just click here. I get a quick summary on the right of the fields or columns and the type of those, right? So I'm sure it's this one. I'm gonna do the same one for my other database. So it's also in my data warehouse, but this time it's in my I think it's my rankings. Ranking. Here we go. Oh, ranking. Ranking. I should be looking for ranking results. Correct. Let me check my data again. Something that we couldn't do on the data stage legacy. Now we have it here. We're gonna add it. Good. So I'm gonna keep working. I have all my stages. Of course, I'm gonna have a peek. This is just a very useful tool that we continue to have. Getting a peek of the data that we are going through, so I can join those or have a link between those stages, right? But maybe at this point, me and my team, we realized like, hey, we don't need all the data coming from this table, so maybe we wanna tailor a little bit more, if you will, what we are selecting, right? So very easy. I can change here. I can change here my read method. So I'm gonna use a select statement. I'm gonna inject here some SQL. what I want to be doing, or what I want to be extracting, information that I am really interested. You can see here that I am introducing some variables that we're going to define later for this job. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And then I realized, right, okay, we changed what we are extracting, so my output also needs to change. I need to make sure that we are using runtime column propagation, which is a very useful tool when we have custom select SQL queries. I'm gonna delete all the columns that we had on the output, because now it's gonna be, it's gonna be coming with the runtime as we execute the SQL. So I'm gonna hit save, and that will be it for my employee rankings. Now we're gonna do the same for my employee summary. I'm sorry, and now we're gonna do the same with my ranking results. I'm gonna open the properties, just select statement. This won't take too much time, as we now can come here, runtime propagation, select everything, delete this, apply return, and make sure that we are good and safe. Okay, awesome. So I think we have that part covered. Now we need to start talking about our join, right? We want to make a join of these two tables. So I'm gonna drag my join, and I'm gonna include both of these. And at this point, I also want to take care of my variables. Let's create a parameter, which is how we call them here in data stage. We're gonna have my start year. It's gonna be an integer. I'm gonna have a 2020 default value. Let's hit create, and then start year. The other one, I think it was end year, which makes sense. I'm trying to analyze a specific time frame, and these are parameters that I maybe will want to modify for other types of analysis. So I have them. Okay, looks good to me. Return to canvas. I think we have that already set, covered. Next step, okay, join. Let's transform our data. So okay, we have no matching column here, which we can certainly solve. Is that we need to make sure that all of our stages in the output are using the same runtime column propagation that we have defined since the source, right? So now when I go to my join, I can select a key, I can add a key, and I believe my key is gonna be my employee code, which is, like the unique identifier that I have for my employees in both tables. And just regular join logic. In this case, I'm interested in a left outer join, which means that I want to keep all the records coming from my left table and only keep those on the right table if they match, right? And you can open here and see the link order, which is left is the link 3, which is my employee summary, and the right is my ranking summary. Makes sense? Everything working. I'm gonna hit save right now. Let's do another one just for the sake of it. I don't know if this makes a lot of sense, if I know that machine learning or a data scientist is going to be using it later, but just to show, right, that the power of everything that we have in data stage, right? So I have a sort column, I make sort stage. I need to make sure that my join is also using the runtime column propagation as it's feeding my sort stage. And now with my sort stage, I also need a key. In this case, what I'm going to be trying to sort by. In this case, I'm going to be using my ranking code, which is some type of, hey, how good of my, okay, sort ascending, some type of ranking that I have for my employees, and I apply it. Okay, good. So it's ascending, it's sorting by rank code. I can scroll down a little bit, and what do I want to do here? Allow duplicates, create cluster, create additional properties. I think we are good at this point in this stage. Okay, so now I want to export this into a file. So look here, file sets. I think it's gonna be like a sequential file. I'm gonna link these two nodes. Make sure my sort is using the runtime column propagation, and then I'm gonna start the given some of the properties of this file. So file system, I'm gonna use a file name that I can remember after. So we're gonna call it the employee ranking CSV file for my data scientist override. I'm gonna have it, I think this is gonna be a new, so create that as data set, and then I'm gonna say that first line is column names, which is usually what data scientists are expecting, and I think this is gonna be all for my my file. I also need to, I think I need to make sure everything is using my runtime column propagation. Okay, I think we're good. We're good to go. We're gonna compile, and if it works, I'm gonna have no issue here, and then I'm gonna hit run flow, which will execute this program basically that I have created. One thing that we have also on this modern data stage is that we have the ability to also see the logs and go directly to my warnings, to my errors, something that was a little bit of a hassle back in the day when you were doing that on legacy integrations. And so I'm gonna show you a little bit of that. Looks like everything is running, rows, everything. I can click here, view logs. I have a little icon here in the back. I can click. I'm directed to the warnings, which is very fast for as a developer or a data engineer that is using data stage in my company, right? So everything coming on Watsonx.data Integration from an ETL, ELT perspective. If I go to my project, very quickly, I should now see my data. Yeah, you see now, CSV file created just now, and I can click it and I can visualize my columns as they were being propagated through my flow, right? I can also go to, which is a little bit different from what we had on data stage legacy, and it's, hey, how do I schedule my jobs, right? I see here I have a job created or executed, but I can also edit it and start editing a schedule and start defining when it starts, when it's repeated. Let's just actually everything that I can start scheduling for this job. So again, some of the functionality that you may see a little bit different, but it's now part of this new, more modern architecture. Again, thank you for joining me today with this very quick demo of our capabilities coming in Watsonx.data Integration. Happy to share with you and maybe show some of the other features. Again, it's a unified platform with ETL, ELT, real-time analytics or integration coming with stream set, data replication, and unstructured integration as well, so unstructured data. So happy to continue the conversation, and thank you for joining us today. Bye.